Hey guys, your girl Nia J, and I'm with my lovely co-host
Pamela Nicole. What's up? What's up?
What's up, y'all? We're back, another episode of Dynasty Queens. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Before we get started, thank you for following us on this journey, you guys. It's been a journey, right?
Yes.
So we're just here to keep y'all entertained and all that good stuff. So, Pamela, let's tell the folks, what are we doing today? We're doing something a little bit different. What are we doing?
Yeah, I always feel like y'all are always watching us and we're interviewing all these other wonderful people. However, y'all don't really know too much about us. So we're going to do a random Q&A. But before we get started with that, I do want to do a huge shout out to our sponsor, Social Media Blast Off. So whether or not you're an artist, upcoming entrepreneur, painter, whatever, you name it, Social Media Blast Off has you covered. So any influencers out there, if you're looking to enhance and just maximize your social media platform, such as X, Threads, Spotify even, we do Apple Music, we do everything. So if you're really looking to just heighten that, get that algorithm going, getting everything going for your career, and getting those sponsorships going for yourself and your family and whoever else, go ahead and head on over to socialmediablastoff.net right now. If you go ahead and scan the QR code right here, you'll get 40% off. Go ahead and get started today.
You heard the lady. Okay, so you guys, for the Q&A, we have like, what is it we got, Pam? We have like a whole list of like questions or whatnot.
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I have a little quarter here. So we're going to determine who starts first with the questions. I'm going to flip. Now, Miss Ma'am, are we doing heads or tails?
I'll do heads.
Heads? Okay. So let's see, guys. We got that little quarter. I'm just getting my questions together. Okay. You said you have heads, right?
I got heads.
All right. Let's see. It was on heads.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So the first question, you guys. I guess what was your major in college?
It actually changed. So I started with piano performance. I had a full ride to West Texas A&M University. It's this little college in Canyon, Texas. It's literally in honky tonk USA. I was a piano performance major and I ended up messing my hand up. So I wasn't able to play anymore to my full capacity. So then I switched over to psychology. And here we are now.
That is like quite the shift in major.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that is also a fun fact y'all did not know about her. She is my little Mozart.
Tickle the ivory.
You know, my little Mozart over here. So why psychology? What made you like switch? And I guess I'll answer the same question, but
yeah, for sure. I love to people watch. I love just kind of analyzing people and just trying to figure out what makes people tick. So for me, I'm like, you know what, this probably would be a better thing for me because I wanted to be a counselor and either like a life crisis counselor, go into like sex ed, something along there. Though those are two totally different things, but those like sparked my interest the most, just being informative in both realms of that. So that's where I was going with that, since the use of my hands with the piano is just not where it used to be. So that was the back.
That makes sense. I could definitely see that for you because you are a very, like, by nature, like a nurturing type of soul. So I could definitely have seen that. Okay, so am I answering the same question?
You surely are. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the question was, what was your major? In college, I went to the University of Houston, and my major was communications with a specialty in broadcast journalism. So that's what I've always wanted to do. My mom told me when I was little, she was like, you should be on CNN. You should have your own show. You should be hosting or talking to people or doing something like that. She would record me when I was a little girl, acting like I was giving news broadcasts and stuff like that. So this has always been like a dream of mine. And now the fact that we do have our own platform, it's like, full circle. But yeah, that was my major, and my minor was psychology as well. So that was that. And then with the major that I had, I was able to get into like sales and marketing and stuff like that. And then from the knowledge I had from those experiences in business settings and retail and all of that, I was able to transition it to my social media. I was like, you know what? I've been pretty successful in this corporate world, but I was like, you know what? I think I have a look, and I think I can kind of, use my skill set to my advantage to help me market myself. I am the brand.
Yeah.
So that's what I started to do. I was able to grow my social media presence and network with people, and here we are.
I love that.
So full circle moment, right?
And on a plus side, I do want to mention this too. I always thought it would be so awesome because you're so knowledgeable with like socials and like the virtual world, like for you to teach classes, and hold workshops,
My dear, that is definitely coming. Okay. So yeah, that is, and I would say within the next 18 months, it's gonna happen. So
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, preparation. I don't just throw stuff out there. I'm gonna definitely prepare and make sure, I can give my A game.
Yes.
Because at the same time that you're teaching and training people and coaching them on how to grow their presence, I'm still learning too. It never ends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can lose it all, literally. So this industry is ever changing. Entertainment, social media, it's all intertwined at this point. So, I'm still learning too.
I love that.
At the same time. So, yeah.
A little bit about it.
Okay.
Educational background. Hey.
Yes. Okay. The next question.
All right, Hans.
Okay. If you could be fluent in another language instantly, which would you choose?
Oh, that's such a hard one. There's so many great languages out there. Wow. I would actually have to say, and this is, this is my nerdy side coming out. I would definitely say like ancient Sumerian. Like if you were able to go back and get the old Sumerian tablets and like language, I would love to know what people back then were talking about, like the hieroglyphs and like what everything meant in their books and their, all their little stones with their symbols and everything. Because no one really knows how to decipher anything in ancient Sumerian. So I think that would definitely that's like the language. You know what I'm saying? As everyone has said, ancient Sumerian is like the building blocks of language. And just to know what people were saying 5, 6, 7,000 years ago would be a monumental,
That's crazy. I mean, you gave me a history lesson because I didn't know that was the first language. But I know there are people that know how to read the hieroglyphics. Obviously that's different from this, the Sumerian language.
Yeah. So
because the hieroglyphics are like the symbols. What is the one you're referring to?
Yeah. So ancient, this is going into my aliens and stuff and all my extraterrestrial stuff.
This conspiracy theorist. Okay, that's a whole nother thing.
There's no way we're the only species in this universe, but there's been in like ancient Sumerian hieroglyphs, there have been pictures depicted of aliens and ships and things that, it's like some crazy stuff. So like, I want to know what was going on back then,
Sidebar, really quickly. Guys, whenever there's like a UFO video or something like that pops up, like on my Explore or whatever, I'm sending it to this girl because I'll be like, hey, you could tell me about this. What is this? You're Miss Alien expert because I'm still a skeptic.
Freaking ET over here.
I'm not really a skeptic. I kind of believe in it. I don't know if I should believe in it, but I know she does. So I send that shit to her and I'm just like...
like, what is this? And same on my end. Look, I'm in Vegas, so like the craziest of the crazies. You got freaking Area 51, like all kinds of like military like experimentation out here. So there's things that happen. I'm not saying that it is aliens, but there's things that happen, and I'll be sending it to my girl. Like, hey, Look at this UFO. I think it's a UFO. I don't know. But
you know what it is? Growing up, my dad was obsessed with like that stuff, and he would always watch and record like tapes with documentaries about UFOs and all that stuff. So I was just over it. By the time I was 6, I was like, no, I reject this. So the fact that you're into it is just like, okay, whatever. But that's, I guess my thing. That really took a sidebar for real.
I know, right?
From the language to the
aliens.
But I hear you, girl. So if I'm answering the same question, a language that I would want to learn fluently, like right now, that's a good question.
Right?
I think that I would want to learn French just to get more connection with like my Creole roots, like learn that language, be able to communicate with some of the elders in my family because they didn't pass that knowledge down. But that would be pretty cool. I would love to go to Europe and do like a European cruise even.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe learn a little Italian, French and Italian.
Yes.
I think would be really cool. That way I could maneuver, through Europe and have a good old time.
And those are the romantic languages too, like,
Yes, right. French and Italian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, girl.
But I love your take about learning ancient Sumerian because, as a kid, I talked about this in another episode. I wanted to, learn about history and dig up fossils and stuff. But that's pretty cool. You took a whole different, but I'm going with those romantic, sexy languages that I can, get my way in Europe. You know what I'm saying?
That's okay. I'm going to let you keep the sexy. I'm going to find out about these aliens, sis. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. I'm going to let you keep those aliens, sis. Like, you do that.
We'll do, baby.
Okay. What's next on the list? What we got?
So, let me go ahead and ask you this. Let's switch it up a little bit. Favorite superhero?
Ooh, favorite superhero. I don't know why, but growing up, I was obsessed with X-Men, like the whole thing. Ooh. And this was even before the movie. I used to watch the cartoon because it used to come on Fox Kids on Saturday. So I watched Spider-Man, I watched X-Men, all that good stuff. So I loved Rogue. Ooh. As a kid, I identified with Rogue.
Explain a little bit. What did you get from Rogue? What similarities did y'all have? And how did you relate to Rogue?
I felt like she was an underdog, and I felt like at the time she didn't even understand like her own like power, and you know what I'm saying? Like it took her being able to meet her own kind to assimilate and be like, okay, this is my purpose. Mm-hmm. So I can kind of relate the way I don't relate to regular, like not saying regular people, but people that don't have a mindset of being driven and really going for their goals, not just talking about them. I don't really know how to mingle with people like that. So that's how I can compare to her. She didn't understand at the time her true potential. And then she got in contact with Professor X and all the X-Men, and she kind of just grew into her power, and it was great. So I really connected with Rogue. I don't know.
I can see that.
And it's more so about that than actually executing a power. Because I feel like if you're able to just know within what you have, it can be more powerful than, Invisible Man or Amazing Speed or whatever. I don't know. That's just like my take on it. I don't know.
I like that take on it. It's different, because you're looking at it from a completely different perspective. And I love that. And I love that you mentioned Rogue. I'm going to need you to do like a cosplay or something, girl.
Right, for Halloween.
Cosplay, girl.
I'm trying to figure it out. Halloween photo shoot coming soon, y'all.
Stay tuned. Mm-hmm. Both of us. Hey.
Coming soon.
Love that.
What about you? Your favorite superhero?
I love that you brought up X-Men. It's like a 2-part thing. So there's Jean. It's very like into herself, into herself, like she's just trying to just, stay within like her realm. And it's kind of the same thing, like what you're saying. She's trying to figure out herself, and she's kind of confused. She's like the black sheep, and I can relate to that as being like the black sheep type. and being misunderstood, and you don't really know your potential until you get there. So that other second part of it is when she turns into the phoenix, and she's just all powerful and just, I'm a little hot potato, I'm a little hot tamale, so I have my little anger issues here and there, but she just would go crazy and just like, it would just come out of her. Like the phoenix is just like, and she's just all powerful. So it's kind of like the yin and yang for me, like the dark and the light, having Jean as like the, and then you have the phoenix as, So I relate to her, but as two separate entities.
Okay. Wow. That's definitely like a unique perspective. And I have to also honorable mention is obviously Storm.
Oh, yes.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, she was like the first Black super heroine.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Cartoon and real life. So, of course, Storm is my girl. Like, don't get it twisted. But I just relate with like Rogue's story more so than her power. I don't know if that makes sense, but as far as like the va-va-voom, like, then Storm, of course, is...
Storm.
She's cold. Like, you cannot mess with Storm, okay?
Right.
She will electrocute and fry your behind. Okay?
And then
mess
blow
with
you
her.
away. Blow you away.
Nobody, Logan, none of them can keep up with Storm. Mm-mm. Let's talk about it.
Mm-mm.
Who?
Nobody.
Who can? Exactly.
Nobody, boo. Nobody.
Okay, what's the next question, y'all? Let's see.
All right, let's see.
Favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday is actually coming up.
I knew that. I know it. Talk about it.
Spooky, ooky Halloween. I just, I like to be different, and I know everyone loves like the getting together and the, camaraderie of like Christmas, Thanksgiving. You can have that on Halloween too. I love seeing all the little kids dressed up. And with me being a mom too and going trick-or-treating, girl, let me tell you. So the parents can have trick-or-treating situations too. So when I take them trick-or-treating, different houses have, oh, you want a glass of wine? You want a beer? You want a White Claw? That's Halloween for me too. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn up Halloween. I got you. Yeah.
So It's like adulting, but Halloween style, and I love it. But I love watching all the little kids just dress up and just how happy the holiday makes them, because it's just like they can be whatever they want for one night. There's no bedtime. Yeah. It's just pure fun. And I just love watching the little kids, dress up. And then I love all my horror movies. And it's just like the perfect time for every horror movie. Speaking of which, The Nun, I'm huge on the Conjuring series. There's another series of The Nun coming out. I cannot wait. I just have to throw that out there.
You guys, you heard it first. Another installment of The Nun is coming out. I did see The Nun. Yeah. I do like the Conjuring series. I love horror films. I got that from my mom.
Oh.
She got me watching that kind of stuff when I was really little, so I love that. Halloween is cool, but I guess I would have to say my favorite holiday. It's probably in between Valentine's and Christmas.
Okay.
When you have to recognize the person you love and stuff like that. But Christmas is a good time for families to get together. So is Thanksgiving. And for me, it's more so about that, like the camaraderie, like being around family, breaking bread together and enjoying that moment, because we get busy with life, and a lot of the time we're not able to catch up with cousins, relatives, even parents the way we want to, with life. So
exactly.
The holidays in general, I think, are a really good time for people to, reconnect, get together. And of course, I like Valentine's Day because I'm like a romantic at heart. So it's a really sweet holiday for me. But I think I would go with Christmas first. And then maybe also because my birthday's in December. So I've always been a Christmas baby. You know what I'm saying? I was always getting gifts both times as a kid, birthday, Christmas. So it's kind of, I love that time of year.
I love that. And one thing about Miss Nia J that y'all didn't know, this girl, let me tell you, her Christmas camaraderie The singing, the festivities, it is spectacular. Like, y'all would love it. Y'all would love it. It's going to be belting out tunes. Yes.
You are so funny. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so next question for Pamela. Cats or dogs?
Okay. I'm a dog mom. Love dogs. I would absolutely love if I could have a cat, but I have severe allergies, so I can't. But if I could have a cat, I would have one of those little Sphinx cats, the little hairless ones that kind of look like, what was that mole rat on Kim Possible? What was his name?
Right. I forgot his name, but yeah, I know, the naked mole rat.
Yeah, a little naked mole rat. I would love one of those cats. I think they're so regal. They give me these ancient Egyptian vibes. And I don't know if I'm allergic to them or not. They don't have any fur, so I shouldn't be. But again, I'll just stick with my dogs. What about you, bro?
See, and that's usually the animal, the cat that people go with when they do have allergies because they don't have any hair. So what would you be allergic to? Like the skin? No, you're not.
Well, sometimes with like their saliva has some kind of like that's what it typically is. Like when if you do have allergies, and I found this out recently, when they lick themselves, there's some kind of like compound in their saliva. When it mixes with their hair and their dander, it creates that the nastiness and makes the allergies just kind of go crazy.
Oh, girl, once again, I'm learning something because I did not know that. Okay. I don't think I'm allergic to cats or anything like that. Answering the same question, I'm a dog girl. I grew up with dogs. As a young kid, my dad didn't want dogs in the house, but my grandmother had dogs, so I was really close to her animals. And then when my mom did her own thing, she had, dogs, cats. She loves, I think my mom is more of a cat person, for sure. I love dogs. I'm not a cat person. I do not get along with my mom's cat whatsoever. Her name is Cleo, and I cannot stand. I think the cat is possessed. And last time I seen the thing, she scratched me, y'all. She scratched my finger up and bit me at the same time. She did a whole little flip, wanted me to pet her, and it was a trap, y'all. She set me up. She grabbed my finger and she bit it. I almost threw my mom's cat clear across that fence. Mama, get your little possessed cat. I can't stand her. So I'm a dog person.
Gotcha. That's fair. That is fair.
I'm a dog person.
Ooh, this is a really great question for you.
Okay.
What is the best local place in your city?
Local place?
Yeah, like it can be like restaurant, just lounge, favorite place, honestly. So yeah, the local.
There's so many different places out here in Atlanta. Wow. So many. Favorite place to have brunch or wine and dine would be Toast. That's really good. They have really good food. It's a brunch spot and it's absolutely delicious. Like the food is just Toast on Linux. Yeah, the food is just impeccable.
That just sounds like regal. Toast on Linux.
Yeah, it's good. I like that place. That's probably my favorite spot. Yeah. And it's really close to the Linux Mall, which is in a really good area of town. So it's a tourist spot, but they have really good food. It's a Black restaurant, but it's high end. So I like that spot. For a downtime ratchet affair, let's see, party vibe. You can't beat KOD Atlanta's brunch. They have really great brunch there. The food is impeccable. So I would say KOD, be looking for a good ratchet time. But also they have a live band as well. So, So the Sundays is like a well-rounded experience. You do have the exotic dancers and stuff, but you have the brunch and the band and all kind of stuff. So it's entertaining. But yeah, Toast on Linux. And then I think, that's pretty much for food. What other, it was kind of a generic question, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. What about for you out there in Vegas? What's the place to eat at?
So I'm going to break this down two different ways. Because there's the touristy part of it, and then there's the local part of it. So I'm going to I'm going to stick with the local part of it. So a lot of the touristy places are all on the strip, obviously. So you can literally go anywhere on the strip and have a great time. But
Mm-hmm.
local, whew, there's two places actually. It's one of them is close by the strip. It's called Bahama Breeze, and
Okay.
it's Jamaican cuisine. It's
Mm.
amazing. They have happy hour and reverse happy hour, and then
Mm.
Thursday and Friday nights is like a whole club. Everybody turns up, so it's a jolly good time. So that's one, and then another place that doesn't get enough credit is Firefly Tapas. I'm huge on tapas and like wine type situations where you have like little bites and you can pair it with wine or tequila.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my jam. I love Firefly, and you can get as much as you want. You can get like, little bitty things, and then they have a whole thing of specialty tequila drinks that are just
Ooh.
chef's kiss. So
Right.
mhm.
You know, us back being from Houston back home, me and this girl used to have the greatest time going out.
Yes.
Man, those were the days, Pam. I kid you not. Y'all, we had some good times.
Midtown.
Midtown. Give them a story. Give them a story.
Oh man, there's so many. Oh shoot. No, I think one of the funniest ones was back when what was it, Prospect Park in Willowbrook was open. They've closed. They've actually closed. So they only have the one, I believe was on Richmond. It's somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
But man, we had gone one night, and I was just like, yeah, let's go. I really wanted my lobster bites, which I never got. And we walk in, Nia J. I was like, Nick, are you a whole celebrity out here? Look at you.
I remember.
Oh my God. Like during the pandemic, and guys are like, what's up, Nia J? I was like, oh man, look at you. I loved it. And like the music was just turned. It was everything. It was a whole vibe. The whole thing. It was just a whole vibe. It was ratchet and fun.
Ratchet fun. That's the word.
Ratchet.
You know, that was like, I think my Instagram started like really taking notice the end of 2019, 18, one of them. But by 2020, by the pandemic, I was on and popping.
Yes.
So yes, people in Houston, and it's kind of the same out here in Atlanta.
Uh-huh.
It's so funny. I went to go get a new cell phone, and the person helped me recognize me as well. Like, that's Nia J, whatever. But back home, 2020, yes, everybody in town recognized me, and that was very funny because it's still at that time I was still learning how to do the whole media thing, like this new found celebrity, whatever that means, like how to interact with people. It's weird sometimes when you're like, hey, I'm just a regular person. You don't have to do all that. Yeah, I remember that. At first I was like, what story is she talking about? Because there's so many. Like, just to go down memory lane and think about it. I mean, what was our go-to spot? Tell them what was our go-to spot.
Oh man.
The after hours. We would have our little fun wherever, and then we would pull up at where?
What was that spot? Oh, God, Nia.
What was it called? Tavern? What was it called? What was that spot called?
Oh my God.
Texas
Tea. Yes.
Right.
Texas
Tea. That was our spot.
Heck yeah.
Oh my God. Just thinking about it. Yeah. The memories now. We had so much fun. Oh my God.
Pictures for days. And let me tell you, those drinks, they were dirt cheap, but they poured just the right amount of alcohol and a little bit more. And it was like more. 2 drinks and you were gone.
Because one thing about this one here, she always knew the people that ran the establishments would give us, little hookups here and there. Not really that big hookups, but every once in a while, here's a shot on the house, stuff like that. So, Pam knew her way, y'all. She was like,
Sure did.
Absolutely. Okay, next question. Favorite thing about the city that you live in?
Ooh. I like this question. My favorite thing about the city I live in, Vegas, like most people just think it's just the strip, and that's it. There's so much to Vegas. You can attest to that when you came out. There's mountains,
Yes.
there's hiking, there's other little towns. Like there's one called Laughlin, and it's like a mini Vegas, and they have the Colorado River. You can go jet skiing and all kinds of stuff. So it's it's a well-rounded desert city, and people just don't really know about like the mountains and the snow. And then you can come down to the river, and you could go to the dam. You can do so much stuff. So I love well-rounded cities that you really can't tell are well-rounded. What about you?
I like that. And I do want to add to what you said. When I came out there, this girl had me hiking on mountains, and I got, what is it? I got motion
Yes.
sickness, or I got altitude sickness.
Yes.
Where did we go? The
Valley of Fire.
Went to the Valley of Fire. I don't know what the elevation was, but y'all, I was literally dizzy, and I was just like
Down and
trying my best not to regurgitate in the vehicle on the way back.
Oh my God.
But I kid you not, as soon as we got back down to level ground, like when we touched base in Vegas, it instantly went back to normal. No symptoms or nothing like that. That was crazy. But to answer the question, okay, so I live in Atlanta, as you guys know. Favorite thing, I think it was a really good decision for me to move out here because it has really helped propel my career in the entertainment industry. I've got a chance to network and meet a lot of really cool people. If I go through my phone right now, wow, you have that person? Yeah, I got their number. So just learning how to navigate out here and network and just grow. So and the people that I've met, I've met some really cool people in really high places. Yeah, that's the thing too. I love that. The food is cool, but we're from Houston, so I don't think the food back home is just
So good.
so good. So I wouldn't say the food is the best, but just a chance to be in Black Hollywood and be able to have a chance. So oh my God, y'all, we need to do this again.
Yes, this was so much fun.
This was so much fun. I think next time we're gonna have I don't know, we may do some like a truth or dare or something. We'll keep y'all posted on part 2. So you guys, in closing, this has been another episode of Dynasty Queens. And in signing off, I am your girl, Nia J. And with me, always with me, is my bestie,
Pamela Nicole.
and this has been Dynasty Queens.